Well, everyone, welcome to Emsworth Station.
Oh, Emsworth, little world of brick and clay, fading sunlight on the bay, tiny oyster boats float by, underneath a painted sky, patience in the patient hand, building echoes on the land, bringing history to life, bringing history to life.
Well, hello there and welcome to Emsworth Station, my model railway layout that I've just started work on. It's going to be based in the year 1902, which was the peak of the oyster industry in Emsworth. And actually the industry had grown because of the opening of the railway station in the middle of the 19th century, gave us much more markets to deal with, including London. Now, it all started, I suppose, about 30 years ago when I happened to pick up an old book called Buckingham Great Central, a model railway layout by Peter Denny. And I was so impressed in the black and white photographs in the book because they looked like the real thing. And I thought, wouldn't it be great to be able to make a model that when I photograph it, I used to be a photographer, would look like the real thing. I didn't do anything about it for a long time. In fact, it was only last year when I found myself on my own looking for a hobby and with no one to tell me what I could spend my money on that I started work on this. It obviously involves quite a bit of modelling, which is the part I'm really looking forward to. And I have, as you can see, the start of the buildings, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. I've converted the railway to digital control, which gives me a lot more flexibility, and I hope over the next year or so it's going to come to fruition. If you're interested in finding out about this and how I'm getting along, let me know in the comments, and if enough people are interested, I'll start doing updates for you to follow and see what you think about it all. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you will find it of interest as well. Right, so this is where the construction of the houses start. I took a map of Emsworth Victoria Road in 1908 and photographed each of the houses that existed at that time. And I'm using these photographs to create the material to construct the house. As you can see here on my computer, I then output it on my printer here using 300-gram card. And then these sheets will be used to the next stage of constructing the houses. Right, here we are at stage 2 of building the houses, and I'm taking these cards and bringing them into my kitchen. Excuse all the mess, but there's all sorts of materials I need to put these together. And I'm cutting the card, putting in the window and door apertures, etc. I've got whole sheets of windows which I can use to put into these and start building the details. Let me give you an example. I picked a commercial building because this has changed a bit over the years. Here it is today. It's now closed. It was a pub. They're trying to get planning permission to put in more flats than will fit, I think. Anyway, that's how it is today. Here's a picture taken in the 50s under different management. But I did manage to find one taken in 1910. Which is about the time of the model railway layout. So this is the one I used as a basis to develop the material on my computer. Then start putting the model together, first of all fairly crude, but adding more detail, refining it, etc., until I get to the final model, which you can see here. Well, that's all for today's video. I hope you found it interesting. If you'd like to find out more about Emsworth Station, let me know and I'll post more videos. See you soon.